Hi, Joe.
Hi, Will. Thanks for your coming, and I need your help because you already did a critical thinking course.
Don't worry, I will help you. You can ask me any question about critical thinking that confused you.
What does critical thinking means?
Critical thinking is the intellectually disciplined process of actively and skillfully applying, analyzing, and evaluating information gathered from or generated by observation, experience, reflection, reasoning, or communication as a guide to belief and action.
Why it is important?
We can improve our thinking to the high level, and it forces us to make important distinctions in a good method. Critical thinking is very important to us because it leads us to contribute to acting rationally, logically, and include those in the concept of critical thinking. Furthermore, critical thinking makes us open-minded and think fairly.
How it is useful in our life, and explain it.
Many useful of critical thinking by giving my thought experiment a try. Moreover, it is useful for making judgments when you find yourself in unfamiliar situations and have more time to figure things out. It allows us to process abstract concepts, to deliberate, to plan ahead, to consider options carefully, to review and revise our work in the light of relevant guidelines or standards or rules of procedure.
My teacher gave us many key concepts, but I would like to know 3 of them. Can you inform me about to justify, peer pressure, and the third on his assumption?
Oh, I see. I will tell you the meaning, explanation, and example of to justify. The meaning is to show or prove, to make excuses for good actions and reasonable, to be right and more clear. To explain more justifying procedures, proposing and defending with good reasons. Let me give you an example. Your friend asks you to clarify your reason by explaining what bothers you about the film. You reply that it is not the language used and there are some bad words. In addition, you find the violence in the film. Now I will tell you about peer pressure. The meaning of peer pressure: social pressure by members of group to take a certain action, adopt certain values, or otherwise conform in order to be accepted. For more details, peer pressure can influence by a group on individual that encourages others to change their behaviors, attitudes, or values in order to conform to the group. Therefore, most of places peer pressure can happen are schools, social groups, and workplaces. For example, when someone tells you that he would like to smoke because all his friends are smoking and he wants to show them that he can do it. It is clear so far?
Yes. Now what about the assumption?
Assumption is something that you assume to be the case, even without proof. I will expound it more. Assumption is a supposition on the current situation or a presupposition on the future course of events, either or both, although there is no proof. For example, Ali tells his friends that he assumption that the economy will improve in the near future.
Can I set as an example that there are some students might make the assumption that you're a nerd if you wear glasses, even though that's not true?
Yes, this is an example of assumption.
Thank you very much for your helping and for your time.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye, my friend.